How you doing, YouTube? I'm Taylor, and well, this is my weekly comic book review. It's really complex. I bought some comics this week, and I'm going to let you know what I thought about them. I know it's deep stuff. It was kind of a slow week for comics for me. I mean, generally I have a stack of almost double this, which means I probably have a problem and an addiction I should seek help. More than that, though, it's kind of a mediocre week. Like, I don't know if I'm just in a mood or what, but I don't know. Well, let's get into it. Worst to best, as always. I'm just going to go in the order of comics and let you. And yeah, starting with. I wanted to like this. It's Lobo. I remember liking Lobo back in the 80s or 90s, whenever the heck he was created or whenever the heck he became popular with Simon Bisley and Keith Giffen and all that kind of over-the-top extremist stuff. But this was just dumb. I mean, it was Lobo, Batman, but then it was a couple different stories, none of which seemed to finish. And then it sort of switched to like Bizarro Lobo Batman, or the characterization just really switched from writer to writer. I honestly don't know. And more than that, I don't care. It's just, there's some fine art in there. Kirkham did a good job in one of the arcs and stuff, and there's a couple jokes, but most of them just didn't land. And no. And one of my local comic shops is asking $30 for the 1 in 25 cover. The other one wanted $80 for the 1 in 25. Guys, don't rack things up to like eBay prices right on the first day. It's kind of nuts, and it's annoying, and also it'll make me stop going to you. Just saying. Speaking of jokes that didn't land, have you heard the super cocky villain? That's yeah. I get it, and I think writing comedy is probably the hardest thing to do in as far as like any medium goes, and especially in comic books where you have to like have the artist along with it, and like there's a tone that's really tough to set, I think, especially if you're trying to add action to it as well. And Taskmaster didn't do it for me either. I really wanted to. I kind of like the design of the character. It's cheesy. He's skull faced and blue and orange and white, and the character design's over the top, but the comedy just didn't land. I'm not going to be reading the rest of this miniseries. I just don't care. I really don't. These three I'm lumping all in together. They're the next X of Swords, and I couldn't even tell you which order they're in. Last week, the X of Swords ended with a pretty decent cliffhanger. Like, fun, like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen next? And then this one, they do away with all of that in an intro paragraph, intro in writing, basically, and say, nope, none of that happened. And then it just got weird and goofy. Like, you're expecting all these super cool sword battles and like, hitting all my like superhero-y, teenage-y buttons and just like badassery, and you want to see Wolverine fight somebody, and you want to see everybody else fight somebody, and no. There was like 2 fights, and none of them were good, and like a lot of weird, again, jokey contest stuff that just it took a really strange tonal shift from the previous parts of this, and it just didn't. No, and that probably is my word of the week. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I might just be in a mood. Let me know what you thought of this. If you're reading this and you're caught up on X of Swords, let me know in the comments. Let me know if I'm just being a dick or if it just didn't feel right to you. Because these just didn't feel right. And I mean, I'll keep reading it to see where it goes, but I don't know. All of a sudden, I really don't care about the event. I really just was kind of over it, I guess. So, this one I think came out a week or 2 ago. It's Origins. Cool art, but here's the thing. Right now in the indie comic book space, it seems like there's a whole lot of like post-apocalyptic, like few survivors trying to figure out what happened and like trying to make sense of it all and trying to like reboot or whatever the civilization. And almost all of the ones I've read are done better than this. This one is just really vague, and like I get they're trying to leave a sense of mystery as to who or what the main character is, but you got to hook me a little bit more in the first issue. You just have to, and this one just didn't do it. It just kind of there's just not enough there for me to keep going. And again, I'm getting pickier, and I'm trying to like cull down my reading list a little bit and not expand it as much. But I like trying new things, and I like trying new books, and I'll keep doing that. It's just my patience is, I guess, waning. I don't have the patience to keep going for a couple issues. If it doesn't hook me within one or two, I'm done. Speaking of which, I'm done. I like Scott Snyder's writing in general. I've not read the original American Vampire, and I think you kind of need to in order to get what the hell's going on in here or to care. It has the potential. It really does, and like the art's cool, the covers are cool, and I think like if you're already invested in these characters or knew who they are, it probably matters. But I don't, and I don't care. I just don't. Again, I don't have it in me to like go back and read the original series at this point. Maybe in trade paperback later. Maybe if I hear good things about how the rest of this goes, possibly. But for now, it's off my list. Oh, look, topical comics about topical issues told topically. Not bad. Champions 2 or Champions Outlawed 2, whatever. The heroes are all outlawed because they're hurting people. It's pretty much the same plot as one of the Avengers movies, kind of. The world kind of hates them and they're regulating them. Civil War, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Same idea. Younger characters, and they're not all agreeing about which way they should go, and like the crowd doesn't all agree, and there's protesting, and some might call it rioting and whatever. And I get that is trying to be on topic, and I get that comics can do that, and they can do it well. This one just kind of hit the middle of the road for me. It's not horrible. I will keep going with this one for a little while, but it's on a thin tightrope. Can comics be on a tightrope? Whatever. I'll give it one or two more issues. How about that? Okay. This Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I pick it up and then I drop it, and then I pick it up and I drop it, and like I've not read the 100 and some issues previous to this, really. I've read like a couple here and there. Like I pick one up and I'm like, no, not bad. And that's kind of how I feel about this. It's not good enough for me to really get invested in the series, but it's not bad. The art's clear and clean. The writing is also kind of clear and clean and just kind of light, like a little airy, I guess. And I mean, I get you're dealing with Ninja Turtles and mutants and like people getting turned into mutants and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. I expected a little more dark, maybe just a hair. But again, this is not bad. And I think there's probably 2 new characters introduced in here. So if you're into that kind of thing, you might want to pick this one up. Maybe it's a cameo. I don't know. Ask CGC what the hell a first appearance is. Nobody knows anymore. So, yeah, again, art's cool. Story's not bad. It's just, I don't know if I'm invested enough to stick around. Speaking of which, again, another one kind of in the same boat. I'm old, and I never... Let's see, sorry about the glare, guys. That's about the best I can do. And yeah, whatever. I never watched the Power Rangers growing up. I was too old for it, and never read the comic. And I just sort of picked this one up on a whim because it's a first issue. And I was like, well, maybe the first issue I can kind of get into it. And sort of. Like, I get what they're doing, and I know it's split into 2. There's Mighty Morphin and there's also Power Rangers. So maybe if I hadn't read Mighty Morphin last week when it came out, this would matter more, but I don't know. I probably won't keep up with this either. It's not bad. The art's cool. The story's better than I kind of expected, even though there's not much of it. It's just, a bad guy's locked up and they have to decide if they're going to keep him locked up. There you go. That's not to spoil the whole thing, but that's the issue. I mean, it's fine. And I think if you're already invested in this and stuff, it's probably a good direction for it, but it's just sort of, I'm kind of in the middle. And I just don't have the interest in adding to my list at this point on that one. Speaking of semi-topical, I like Tynion's writing generally. And I know he's a fan of introducing a boatload of characters, or at least it seems that way. He just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it, which, look, more power to you, man. Royalties. Yeah. If they ever turn into something, if they stick, then you're going to make some money. Cool. Neato. Nifty. This is the most boring, quote unquote, possible backstory. Not quote unquote. That's not even right. We use those quote unquote. No, I messed that all up, and I'm not going to edit it out because this is all one take. They call me One Take Winder. They don't, but oh god, never mind. Yeah. Again, topical media influence, blah 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 blah. Podcast. She's going to trial, but should she be? Was she under the Joker's influence? It is so mind-numbingly dull. I just don't care. Again, it's so full of exposition and like just possible motive and stuff. Your eyes just start to glass, whatever. Fog over, and by the end, you're like, nope, yeah. And this will be continued. I know it's a one shot, but they're going to pick it back up because they're not done with the punchline yet. Maybe the punchline is it's just a really bad punchline. Is that a thing? It's like a dad joke. Maybe that's it. Maybe punchline is just a bad dad joke. And I apologize for hearing my dog barking in the background. He wants food, but he always wants food. American Ronin number 2, not bad. Picks up kind of where the first one left off. Like the Ronin can inject himself with the DNA of like people he's trying to like either influence or kill or whatever, and learn about them and use it to his abilities. He's full of nano thingies and other technological stuff. And now there's people after him, and you find out he's quitting his organization because that's what you do in a comic book. You have to quit your organization. You can't be part of it. If you're just part of it, then you find out it's evil and then quit. This is like, I think, what happens after you've already found out it's evil and then you quit. It's Peter Milligan. It's Peter Milligan, Peter Milliganish. Decent. The art's cool. Not bad. It's only 5 issues, so at least in this arc. I'd say probably wait for the trade again. And I know I've said that a lot in a lot of videos. I'm just trying to save you all some money. And like, there's nothing that riveting where I think you have to pick it up and read each one of them. But it's not bad. All right, we're getting some of the good ones, and you'll see these. None of these are probably going to shock you or be especially. Yeah, none of these are probably new to you if you've been watching me for a while. They're comic books I tend to enjoy, and they're fairly decent. Like Strange Academy is just a fun ride. It's been a fun ride all along. It continues to be a fun ride. I like the fact that it's focusing on different characters in the school and not just on Emily Light, which is the main one they introduced in the first issue. But yeah, each of the characters is interesting. And like, I don't know. I thought originally this was a miniseries, and I'm really hoping it's not. I'm really hoping it keeps going. I don't know if it will. There's a chance it may wrap up soon. I hope not. But if it does, I hope they bring it back. These characters are too good to like leave lying around and do nothing with. And I know everyone's specking the hell out of this, but there's been no talk of movies, no talk of anything, no talk of blah, 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 TV shows. If you like it, pick it up because it's a fun read. It's really. Roberto Ramos' art fits it very well. And yeah, Scott Young's writing, he's in top form here, and I enjoy it quite a bit. 7 Secrets. I'm not in the minority on this. I think a lot of people are enjoying this book, and I really like it as well. It's you still don't know what the secrets are, but you're starting to get to an idea of like who's after the secrets and maybe a little bit of why. And it's a fast-paced, fun read. You're going to be banging through this in probably 15, 20 minutes, but it's a fun 15 to 20 minute romp of reading. Art's clean, clear, crisp. Like, action sequences are pretty easily to tell what's going on. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's sort of, in a little ways, reminds me of Saga, and not the plot or anything else. It's just because it's told through like flashback storytelling or like third person, omnipotent narrator that it's just describing things that happened in the past. So take it for what it is. But yeah, I really enjoy this one. We only find them when they're dead. Number 3. There is a good chance this would have made the book of the week if the art was a little more clear. In places, it just gets a little muddy. And then it's like digital painting and stuff. And it's enjoyable. It's great. I'm really liking this. I like what Al Ewing is doing. I like the weirdness of it all. That's weird space opera, sci-fi, fantasy stuff. And you're getting to learn a little bit more about like both sets of the characters and stuff. I have an idea where I think where part of it's heading, but at the same time, it's just a weird story in a good way. Like there's dead giant gods out there, like Galactus-sized gods, and these characters are the main crew harvest meat and stuff from them to eat. So, eating dead god meat. And they're off to find a living one. And somebody that was wrong in the past is pursuing him. That's not by this point, it's a little bit spoilery, and I apologize. But this is sort of just a quick continuation of it. And again, it's really fun and really nice, except for there's a few panels where I'm like, who is that and what's going on? Because the art just gets a little muddy. You can figure it out. It's just kind of, I wish it was a little more clear in a couple panels. All right. Now this one, I came real close to dropping off my pull list, and I was actually going to, and I just forgot because that's my MO. I do these reviews, and I'm like, I'm gonna get rid of this one, and then I kind of forget to tell my LCS, so it ends up in my box, and then I feel guilty and I buy it. That's Red Mother, and this is the last book, and actually right now it's the book of the week, so I'm pretty glad I did not drop this. Things are finally happening. It only took 10 issues. It's been a slow burn. It's still a slow burn, but it's sort of at least finally getting to the horror of creepiness where you're like, oh, whoa. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And you still don't really know what's going on. But again, the players are all in place. The chess pieces are all there for the most part. And, the main character, he's probably possessed by the Red Mother, but you're not sure. You're still not really sure what's going on. And it's great tonally. And, I'm really looking forward to the next issue. Now, granted, the way this is written, it'll probably be the next 4 issues because it's slow. And I'm hoping this seems like it's picking up pace, and it's really giving me hope that we're getting somewhere real exciting. But I wouldn't be surprised if next issue they just pull back and slow it back down again. I hope not, because this is one of the best issues of the series. It's still a gorgeous series, and it's again, you probably wait for trade. Seriously, because the first 9, this is book issue 10, the first 9 are really slow. And this one's, not. But, you don't need to buy the first 9 individually to get to here. And you probably don't even need this one. It'll probably be wrapped up in another trade. I just hope it's now ramping up and not just a little hiccup where it slows down. So don't keep fooling me, Red Mother. Don't keep toying with my heart slowly. All right, that's it, guys. I know this looks live, but I did it Memorex because even though there's the StreamYard thing in the corner, I recorded it as a private video, and then I'm going to send it to go live because it's a weird time of day where I'm doing this. I just kind of snuck it in. I'm getting all my mystery boxes ready to go. So if you're watching this on the day it comes out, which is Thursday, the 12th, I have a bunch of mystery boxes that are going out, ready to go out, ready to be bought. And they're going to go live on my Instagram, Empty Thought Balloon, link down below. Friday, 7 p.m. Central, Friday, 7 p.m. Central. They're $200 a piece. They're that's shipped. U.S. only this time. I keep forgetting to mention that. I apologize to my couple of international folks that have expressed interest. This is my first time out, and I just want to keep it kind of simple. And I know I don't mean to screw you all over. I love y'all, and I appreciate you watching my videos. But the complexities of international shipping and stuff I'm really trying to avoid right now. Sorry. Especially because they're all already boxed up in priority boxes and stuff. Then I probably have to rebox them and refigure it all out. And I'm lazy. That's the honest truth of it. But anyways, 7 p.m. Central, Friday the 13th, $200, 20 boxes. You'll be able to pick your box number. They're all randomized. I'm hoping that you're all going to love them. I packed them all, chock full of value. There's a grand prize in one of them, but the rest are all prizes because you're all prizes to me. You can watch one of my earlier videos. I can just scroll back and it'll say mystery box announcement video. It'll give you an idea of what some of the books that are in there. Not all of them, because I want it to be a bit of a surprise. And there we have it. That's all I've got right now. Have a good day, everybody. And as always, don't be a dick.